Alright, we're here in Arizona taking a look at the theHossUSMC's Yugo underfolder, and we had some questions about it. He recently added the Magpul AFG, that angled foregrip there, and we kind of touched on it in another video, but people had asked questions, so Hoss will give us a quick tour of how he set it up and why and all the good stuff.
So basically I've been running it, before when I first got it I ran it stock, and that was with a polymer forend and your standard just underfolder here. And the additions that I did to this was I added a hoe grip in black, which as you can tell the paint is rubbing off. And what I did with my other AK is I went with a flat dark earth one, and I think that would have been a better choice, or maybe a OD green, since my area of operations I normally is closer to this, and this is something I would use in a different area. But this is here is I did this first, then the second addition that I did was, as you can tell, this side is much thicker than the other side, and it's because it has a full wrap of paracord all the way down.
Oh, okay.
And then I have the
That cling?
The cling tape kind of stuff that's camouflage, but the place where I got it from only came in ACU, and what I did is I spray painted it with spray paint.
Any issue with coming off when you're sweating or anything?
No, none at all. I've never had this stuff come loose. It's been on there for close to a year at least, and I use it all the time. So.
And this is the stuff that's like designed to be put on a hunting rifle for a season and then just kind of taken off without leaving any residue?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, and it works great for that as well, I'm sure. But I've left it on here and it doesn't come off. It gets a little frayed on the edges, but it doesn't really matter at all.
You even have it on the end of the stock there.
Yeah, I put it on the end here, as originally I had it going all the way around, but when I had the standard stock on, it wouldn't lock shut, and I took it off, and now that I run an angled forward grip and the quad rails, it won't lock shut anyway, so I might end up going ahead and putting it back on there. But the angled forward grip is the newest addition to the rifle here, and this was actually loaned out during this trip, and I haven't used it since I've put it on there. In fact, my buddy that comes down here with me, PacificPrepper, used it. So, do you have any comments initially?
Yeah, actually, I thought it was like perfect with it. It felt really great. And even the other thing I noticed is it may not lock with all that on there still, but you still are able to use it. Even with this folded closed, you're still able to get a grip and to use it effectively. So, I mean, I found that it worked great with it.
The main issue is if it's going to come loose when it's folded, but if it doesn't, then I think it's a win, because then you don't have to push the button to
No, yeah, you
apply it.
You don't have to do anything, and it wraps around it, so you're actually holding it at the same time anyway. So it worked great. It didn't really change the effectiveness of the grip with the underfolder closed. So
you were running it with a sling too?
Yeah, running it with a sling, and I was happy with it. It was comfortable. I ran around in the desert a lot with it, up and down mountains and stuff, and I had no issues with it. It was comfortable.
And in case you're wondering, these are Troy rail covers, and the reason I went with them is because I already own them, and it completes with an AFG 1. It completes that rounded shape of the forend. It makes a nice smooth transition all the way around. Normally, with my rifles, I go with rail ladders. So I don't know. That's about it. That's all the mods that I've really done to it, I think.
How about future mods? What do you plan to do to it now? Anything?
Future mods, probably not a whole lot. The Yugo, when it comes stock, is, just a great firearm. And the only thing that's really bad about it that I've ever experienced is the unchromed barrel. I've shot corrosive through this and then not cleaned it, and come back and found rust in it. And it's not a huge deal. It's just an issue with cleaning. You clean it when you're done, like you normally would. So But sometimes situation dictates that you can't, and that's why I don't like it. You know, if you're out in the field and you're firing and you are out there for several days and you're using corrosive ammo, you can't stop to clean it if you're constantly needing it to be assembled for defense. So, yeah, that's pretty much the only issue. Future editions, I don't know. I might try to work on getting a more stable dust cover. It's a little floppy.
Well, it locks in the back because it's a Yugo, because they're meant for the
Right.
grenade launchers, so it's not coming off. But is it noisy or is it just annoying?
No, it's just annoying.
Okay.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah.
I didn't have any aspects that in the field where it was noisy and I was concerned, but it was kind of a tick. It was annoying to have it rattle as you're handling it.
Also, the only other downside that I can think of is the Yugo is a heavy rifle.
It is.
It's a 1.5 or 1.4, I can't remember, thickness.
Yeah, it's 1.5, but I think that's an advantage. You've
Yeah.
got strong receiver there.
Yeah, so it's going to give you more weight in the back end,
You want
which is kind of nice because your underfolder is really lightweight in the back.
you want a
gives
kind
you
of improvised thing to get rid of that rattle. I mean, it's cheap, but it'll work. You just take your dust cover off, squeeze it, and then down the channel, you know, it'll just
yeah.
hold a little bit tighter. It won't last forever, but you just squeeze it again.
Yeah, I'll have to try that.
How about the on the safety selector? You ever thought about putting a little U-notch under there so it's a bolt hold open?
No, the thing, bolt hold opens for AKs are not intriguing to me at all. I find it to be not an issue. What I would like to see is, what I would like to get is a safety that has a ledge here, which I'm pretty sure they make, so that you can index down your safety on that ledge. Now the nice thing about this Yugo is it came so loose that it almost falls down. It's pretty loose. It doesn't fall down, but you can pull it down real easily. Whereas with this Romanian Draco, the safety is so hard to pull down. I mean, it takes a lot of effort to get it down. So
You've got a more standard one here where it doesn't have that extra little top like ledge. So yeah,
Right.
you have to really choke
Here.
up at the end of the fulcrum as opposed
Yeah.
to in there. You know how
Of
to
course.
fix that, right?
I don't know, you replace it?
No, pull it past the stop there. Just, you know, down as if you were disassembling it. Like pull it up and over that stop by the top of the trigger guard.
Oh, I see, just like right to
No, no.
there.
Just pull it down all the way. Even when you're going to disassemble an AK, you have to pull up and over that. I can't do it from the leverage, but pull up on this and over that little
Right.
stop. And it's just going to fall loose over the trigger,
Okay.
and then bend it and just pull on it.
Oh, yeah.
Then that's going to just
Gotcha.
change it a little bit. And that's the
Okay.
same. Do the opposite to tighten the other one.
Right.
Right.
It's springed down against. It's
Yeah.
the tension against
Is
it.
it? Yeah, exactly. It's just the tension. So AKs are simple to field mod like that.
Yeah, well,
Doesn't
yeah.
last forever, but it lasts long enough to get the job done.
Yeah.
And then you just
Looks
bend it
enough.
again. But yeah, I do that all the time. I try to get mine like your Yugo, because just running classes or
Yeah, this is perfect.
you know doing some kind of training or not training, but going out to a shoot, I don't want to have to be fumbling for that safety like on your Draco.
Yeah, this is the perfect tension. It's just the lack of ability to pull it down. Although, I mean, if you press on it hard with your finger, you can pull it down with that.
Yep.
So, I mean, you could do it that way. I'd rather have a ledge, though, to grab onto. Or, to be honest, you know, I'd rather have a thumb drive like a AR, but that's just not going to happen.
That's a lot of extra parts in there. I don't like them.
Yeah.
I go with the Black Hawk Down theory of this is my
Yeah.
safety on AK.
And then, you know, the reason why, because you'll probably get this, the reason why I never go with a lightning bolt, or whatever they're called, the left-handed
lightning.
charging bolt,
Yeah.
is because of continuity of your firearm. If you drop this AK-47 for whatever reason, and you never pick it up, you know, you pick up a different one, you don't want to go for a reload and then try to go, and then you're looking for your charging handle.
Yeah.
That way, your training always tells you, reach over the top and give it a nice tug. So I don't really modify them to any sort of special controls in that sense usually, but this is one that I would definitely go for.
Cool. Thanks for the tour.
The guys and gals of GunWebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching GunWebsites.com.